Hello everyone and welcome back to Jenna Voice. So today's video is going to be all about my tips for making recordings. And I feel like I say this with every single video, but start early. Make your recordings as soon as you can. As soon as you have a piece that is completely learned, really comfortable to sing through, make an audio recording. A lot of programs require at least a couple of audio recordings, so it's great to continue to build your library of updated audio recordings that you have ready to go. Now you may ask yourself, how the heck do I make an audio recording? Well, first of all, I think it's really important to invest in some sort of microphone. The microphone I use is by a brand called Apogee. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's pretty small. This microphone is specifically designed to be used with Apple products. I have a MacBook Pro, so it was really important for me to get a microphone that I made sure would connect easily with my computer, and I've had a very good experience with this microphone. The one I ordered, it does come with this cute little tripod, which makes it easy for setup. In addition, it comes with a USB cord that hooks up directly from the microphone to my laptop. So all that I have to do when I use it is to turn on my application GarageBand that comes with all Mac computers and connect the microphone to the program, and it's ready to go. Really easy. Now, after you've made your audio recording, I think the next step is to prepare your piece, get it completely memorized and performance ready, and make a video recording. This seems to happen year after year in the midst of audition season. I'm preparing recordings last minute and it's really, really stressful. So I cannot emphasize making your recordings early. Do not wait until you have a fast approaching deadline. Record every single piece that you have performance ready. If you're applying to a lot of schools or summer programs or young artist programs, there's a good chance they're going to ask for a variety of different recordings, both video and audio, so you want to have as many options readily available as possible. Now, in terms of getting a good video recording camera, I personally have never owned my own video camera for all of the video recordings I have made up to this point. I have either borrowed my parents' video camera or a teacher or a friend or significant other's video camera, so you may not necessarily need to buy your own at this point. Ask around, see who you can borrow one from, because there's a good chance if you're in a big community of music students that somebody is going to have one and they will be willing to share it with you. Now, the camera that I'm using right now, the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II, I'm really interested to test this out on a video recording. I haven't done that yet other than these videos, so as soon as I try that out on a professional recording, I will give a review. I've been really pleased with it so far, just in terms of its really good autofocus, the color quality, the audio, everything I'm really pleased with. So I think my only concern up to this point is its capabilities for zooming, but of course I could always just get a better zoom lens to attach to this one. So we'll just have to see. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so another tip that I have for making recordings is to only record one song at a time. I think this goes both for audio and video recordings. There's something kind of weird that happens when you make a recording, at least in my experience. For some reason, every single take I do, there's something different that I do. There's a different mistake. Sometimes I'll mix up verses or sing a wrong note. Or you might want to try a couple of different music passages a different way that allow for improvisation. There's just so many variables that come into play when making a recording, so really just focus on one song at a time so you can give it the amount of time and the attention that it needs and not have to stress about making more recordings in that same hour or however long that you have. With that being said, I also think it's a really good idea to allow yourself at least one solid hour for that recording, both audio or visual. Nothing's worse than feeling crunched for time with a recording, because it's stressful enough to get a good take, much less worry about how much time you have to make that good take. Now, if you're making a video recording, I would also suggest allowing at least 1 extra hour of time before your video recording. You want to make sure you have plenty of time to get ready, to get to your venue, to set up the space without having to eat into your recording time. So consider all of those variables. Think about how long it takes you to get dressed, how long it will take you to get there and set up before making the recording. If you are using a space that is easily accessible to other people, I would strongly suggest making a sign that says recording in process, put it outside the door so nobody surprisingly disturbs you in the middle of a recording. If you've reserved that space for that time, you should be fine, but you just can't be too careful, especially if you're using a space in a school or a church, just any sort of public space. You want to take extra precautions to make sure that you are not disturbed or that a good recording is ruined. Now, making recordings can be so stressful. It's really difficult to get one perfect take, if you will. There really isn't such a thing as a perfect take, but you want to make a really good take that shows a good example of you as a singer. So while this may be difficult, I would really encourage you, while the recording is going on, to kind of forget that you're making a recording. It sounds kind of impossible to do, but perhaps pretending that you're performing for an audience rather than a camera or a microphone can make a big difference in the performance quality of your recording. Now, the process of editing can be daunting, but really once you have that good take and it's uploaded to your computer, there are very few skills that you need to have in order to complete making that recording. Like I said, I'm more familiar with Apple products, so I'm going to mention a few of their applications, but hopefully most PCs come with similar applications that do the same sort of functions. For audio files, GarageBand works really well. Like I said with my microphone, I record it directly onto that application, and then all I really need to do is cut out my good recording and delete the extra material. I really wouldn't go into any crazy editing with sound quality or cutting up little bits of your audio files, because that can be traced back. Sometimes some programs will actually use applications that can search for extra editing tools in audio files. So be really careful, and doing as little editing as possible is always the best. The same goes for video files. With Apple, you can just use iMovie. It works wonderfully. All you need to do, same thing with the audio file, is cut out the take that presents you the best and delete the rest. Video especially, you really cannot cut out chunks because it'll be really obvious where you did that. And it's really best to just keep it as simple as possible. So these are my tips for making recordings. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And I would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you have other tips for using recordings that have been helpful for you, please let me know. And share this video with your friends if you think it might help them. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.